Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Help support the show. Get your Fade to Black T-shirts. The links are below. Get them two ways. There's 2 T-shirts. The links are right there. Help support everything that we do. We've got 5 shows this week. 5 all the way, Monday through Friday. Tonight, Kathleen Ball is on Fade to Black. We're going to be discussing Templars in Brazil. And then tomorrow night, Linda Moulton Howe. And then Friday, Melissa Tittle will be here. And we've got a special presentation on the Peruvian mummies, including all of the breaking news from this week. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history, Ferdinand Magellan departed Spain on his quest to circumnavigate the globe. Although he was killed in Mactan Island in the Philippines, the expedition achieved its goal on this day in 1519. Here's your Fader fact, and it's a cool one. Salvador Dali designed the Chupa Chups logo in 1969, and I didn't know that. Salvador Dali. There's your Fader fact. All right, lots of breaking news today, and I'm starting with this. Archaeologists in Zambia have uncovered a wooden structure dating back about 476,000 years to the early Stone Age. It represents the earliest known use of wood in construction by human ancestors. The discovery at Colombo Falls expands scientists' understanding of the technical abilities early hominins must have had in order to shape tree trunks into large combined structures. The wooden structure includes 2 preserved interlocking logs joined side to side by intentionally cutting a notch. The upper log was shaped and tool marks were found on both logs, and a collection of wooden tools was also found. The findings are detailed in a study published September 20th in the journal Nature. The structure itself predates the evolution of us, Homo sapiens, by over 200,000 years. That changes things. Well, it happened earlier today. Elon Musk Neuralink opened up recruitment for its first human clinical trials. That's right. After receiving approval from independent review boards, Neuralink is set to begin offering brain implants to paralysis patients as part of the PRIME study. PRIME, short for Precise Robotically Implanted Brain-Computer Interface, is being carried out to evaluate both the safety and functionality of the implant. Trial patients will have a chip surgically placed in the part of the brain that controls the intention to move. The chip, installed by a robot, will then record and send brain signals to an app, with the initial goal being to grant people the ability to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. Here we go. A nearly mile-wide divot in a Chinese mountaintop is actually an impact crater from a long-ago meteorite landing. The newly discovered crater, located in northeastern China, not far from the North Korean border, is the first confirmed mountaintop crater on Earth. Researchers aren't sure when the impact happened, but it left a circular depression and split the mountaintop into 2 separate peaks, known as Front Beijing and Rear Beijing. The mountain peaks are littered with rock fragments known locally as celestial stone. According to a new study published September 1st in the journal Matter and Radiation at Extremes, the rocks on the peaks have the shock patterns of an impact with a space object. Incredible. Well, new records being set. NASA's Ingenuity helicopter keeps pushing the boundaries of off-Earth flight. The 4-pound Ingenuity aced its 59th Mars sortie 4 days ago on Saturday, September 16th, soaring higher than ever before in the process. It was called Flight 59. Flight 59 was just a full hover. Ingenuity covered no horizontal distance up to in this hop, flying its highest altitude yet, 66 feet and in the air for 142.59 seconds. Absolutely incredible. Chinese Shenzhou 16 astronauts have been growing their own food in Earth orbit. Don't get too excited, though. Mission Commander Jing Haipeng and rookie astronauts Zhu Zhengzhu and Guy Hachao have been cultivating vegetables as part of their science experiment workload aboard the Shigong space station. Right? The trio have been using a space garden cultivation device. It grows upside down, by the way, designed by researchers of the China Astronaut Research and Training Center. Are you ready? The Shenzhou 14 mission crew grew thale cress and other plants during their time aboard Tiangong, and they actually survived on over 120 dishes of gourmet food thanks to deliveries by the Shenzhou cargo spacecraft. They weren't eating thale cress to survive. Nobody would. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this. And it's incredible. A treasure trove of ancient Egyptian and Grecian artifacts have been uncovered in sunken temples in a mysterious underwater city off the coast of Egypt. The team of archaeologists made the discovery while working to uncover the legendary site of Thonis Heraklion, an Egyptian port city that completely disappeared after sinking into the Mediterranean more than 1,000 years ago. The new excavation revealed the gold and silver treasures of a sunken temple of Amun. That included artifacts that were likely used to bless the pharaohs as they ascended to the throne. It also found a Grecian temple to Aphrodite and ancient Greek weapons. Thonis Heraklion had been long relegated to the status of legend until it was uncovered in 2000 by Godillo and his team. Established near the mouth of the Nile, Thonis Heraklion has once been the biggest port city in the Mediterranean until, of course, Alexandria was established. It was a hugely important political site and an obligatory point of entry into Egypt for all ships coming from Greece and a hub of ritual ceremonies for the ruling class. But rising water, a series of earthquakes, and a tidal wave contributed to liquefying the soil under the city. It eventually slowly disappeared into the Mediterranean in what was known as Abu Qir Bay in Egypt until it had completely vanished by the 8th century. The city's name and story were lost through the centuries, only being mentioned in passing in ancient classic texts and rare inscriptions. The latest excavation located a precious site, the sunken Temple of Amun. The temple would have had a special significance for the Egyptians at the time because Amun was the king of the Egyptian gods. Accordingly, this is where the pharaohs at the time would have gone to be blessed as they rose to power. At the site, archaeologists discovered artifacts from the temple's treasury, including gold jewelry and a Djed pillar, a symbol of stability, made of a blue semi-precious stone called lapis lazuli. I've got a lapis lazuli skull right here in the studio. They also found silver platters, which is rare, and an alabaster container that were likely used to contain perfumes and other stuff for ritual ceremonies. Silver, by the way, is extremely rare in ancient Egypt. East of the Temple of Amun, Godillo and his team found the bronze and ceramic objects from a sanctuary dedicated to Aphrodite. Now, she was the Greek god, a goddess of love and beauty, but this is also proof that ancient Greeks who were allowed to trade in the city had started to take root during the 26th dynasty of Egypt about 2,500 years ago. There you go. Exciting day in the world of news. And that is all the Faded Black breaking news that you need for this Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Faded Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. I'll see you later tonight on Fade to Black with Kathleen. This is the deal with Kathleen Hall. Kathleen Ball. We are going to be checking out, seriously, the Knights Templar in Brazil. She's got a great book published, and we're going to talk about all of that tonight. I'll see you then. Go back, Lee Tappy.